As we celebrate Black History Month, we're highlighting one of the first black officers in the Army Special Forces, the famous Green Berets. The courage and valor of retired Colonel Paris Davis earned him the respect of his fellow soldiers in Vietnam and a nomination for the nation's highest military combat award. He never received the Medal of Honor. His file vanished at the height of the civil rights movement. Now, nearly 56 years later, senior investigative correspondent Catherine Herridge shows how Davis's heroism may finally be recognized.
1965. In Washington, anti-war protests raged. Bloody Sunday in Selma, Alabama, galvanized the civil rights movement. And in Vietnam, then Army Captain Paris Davis broke barriers on the battlefield.
Were you one of the first black officers in the Green Berets?
Yes, I was.
How did that work?
It worked well because I said, look, you can call me Captain Davis, but you can't call me a nigger. And it did happen.
It's northeast of Saigon near Bong Son.
June 1965, Davis led a nearly 19-hour raid.
We were stacking bodies the way you do canned goods in a grocery store.
Hit by a grenade and gunfire, Davis would not leave behind Americans Billy Waugh and Robert Brown, both gravely injured.
Brown had been shot. I could actually see his brain pulsating. It was that big. And he said, am I going to die? And I said, not before me.
Were you ever told to leave?
Well, twice.
As Davis first revealed in 1969 to an up-and-coming local TV host, Phil Donahue.
Well, I told him, sir, I'm just not going to leave. I still have an American out there.
And what did he say?
He told me to move out, and I just disobeyed the order.
There by Davis's side, Ron Dice, now the team's youngest survivor.
Captain Davis refused and said, no, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving while I have men out of the field.
General Westmoreland, who led U.S. forces in Vietnam, visited Davis's outpost, and his commander, Billy Cole, recommended Davis for the Medal of Honor. And then, somehow, the paperwork vanished in Vietnam. A 1969 military review did not reveal any file on Davis.
What makes the Paris Davis case stand out?
That it was lost. Everybody I've talked to that served under him says that he's the best officer they've ever served under.
What really stands out to me...
Neil Thorne volunteers his time to recover medals for overlooked veterans.
How common is it for Medal of Honor paperwork to be lost or destroyed?
Very uncommon. There would have been multiple copies.
In 1969, the Army was ordered to submit new paperwork ASAP for Davis, and for a second time, there is no evidence a Medal of Honor file was created. In a 1981 statement, Billy Waugh, whom Davis carried on his shoulders to safety, wrote, "I only have to close my eyes to vividly recall the gallantry of this individual." Over the years, Davis's teammates also lobbied Congress, but each time, the process stalled.
Do you think race was a factor?
I know race was a factor.
A factor Davis says he experienced during his 23 years in the Army. He recalls an encounter with another pilot he rescued while on a different mission.
I saw him at Fort Bragg with his wife and his kid. They saw me, he went on the other side of the street so he wouldn't have to speak. If that had been a white guy, he'd have gone over and hugged him. That's racism.
8% of Medal of Honor recipients for Vietnam were black. Now, as he approaches his 82nd birthday, there is new momentum to recognize Davis.
We're all trying to right a wrong.
The Army isn't commenting. An expedited review of Davis's lost nomination is due next week. The final call rests with the Defense Secretary and President Biden.
What would it mean to you?
It would mean all the things that I haven't been able to dream about.
For CBS This Morning, Catherine Herridge, Strasburg, Virginia.
Catherine Herridge, I'm speechless. Thank you so much for bringing us that story. Talk about righting a wrong.
Well,
talk about righting a wrong, and where you have people in his own command that said, I wouldn't be here if it not for him.
yes, and actually brought to tears recalling the episode.
They got to make that right. You're watching CBS This Morning. We'll be right back.